Bam Margera is aware of everyone's thoughts. Following his injury sustained during a skateboarding incident in early March, fans were worried that the Jackass actor might revert to his previous behavior. "My performance history isn't the best," he admits to us in a special interview. He is correct. Many people thought that 44-year-old Margera was trapped in a self-destructive loop because he was placed under a 5,150 mental hold, had 2 arrests in the first half of 2023 alone, and had lost custody of his 6-year-old son, Phoenix. When Margera reached his lowest point in June, he purchased a combination of medications to take his own life. But destiny had other plans. When he awoke, he saw Dani Marie, his fiancée, for the first time. Usually, when you hear the phrase rock bottom, you image someone who is homeless, destitute, and has nowhere to go. Although it's difficult to pinpoint a millionaire's lowest point, he says, "When we met, I was in multiple lawsuits and pulling my hair out during an endless custody battle. She saved me when I was ready to check out." In August, he overcame his addiction by detoxing at a friend's house with Dani by his side. He's been clean for 8 months now. Margera tells us, "I was a mess at times, but I changed my ways and could not be on more of the right path." Anybody who believes they're doomed, that it's too late, that there's no hope or help, needs to reconsider their situation. The former member of Viva La Bam opens out on reaching his lowest point and coming back here. "What self-discoveries have you made since sobering up?" "Long ago, the celebration was over. I was selling 20,000 skateboards a month and did a commercial for $1 million in one day's work when Jackass and Viva La Bam happened. I had no desire to be famous when I was 30, and my only financial goal was to squander it all on alcohol. I simply no longer have passion for anything." And then, all of a sudden, you find yourself completely confused and unsure of what matters anymore. "I now follow a set routine. After waking up and walking the dogs with Dani, I go find a place to skate. After a nutritious meal and workout at the gym, I head home and either read a book or paint. And that's precisely what I need, as I know that if I spend my idle hour drinking, there will be no turning back. I haven't felt this good since I was 20 months old in August, when I last drank." What do you believe caused the majority of your issues? Being wealthy and unsure of what to do with it. "Since my visage is known, if I were looking for it, I could obtain free beverages and free drugs wherever I go. In addition, boredom and a loss of interest for everything, really, even skating." The hair of the dog scenario also applies. You know that having a beer will make you feel better if you wake up feeling horrible after drinking. It is quite difficult to interrupt the cycle, which repeats itself endlessly. You were recognized for your 125 days sobriety by Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O in December. Have you contacted them and offered your apologies? "Although Steve-O and I have always been friends, at the moment I would prefer not to be distracted by my phone in order to focus on my recovery, skateboarding, and returning to a life of unhindered love. I'll see everyone when the time comes." To be honest, though, I doubt I could ever forgive what Knoxville and director Jeff Tremaine did to me. They destroyed Jackass's legacy. "The list of things I've had done to improve my health is endless, but being abandoned and betrayed by the Jackass team was the worst sensation I've ever experienced. I've fractured every bone in my body." In April 2022, Margera settled privately and dropped his wrongful termination action against Knoxville, Tremaine, and Paramount. Would you ever be willing to work with them on a professional level once more? No, it's finished. It's finished completely. In my opinion, Jackass is no longer around. It's been destroyed. About your son Phoenix, could you tell us anything? He is the most important person in my life. I hope that the supervised visitation is resolved soon, as I am missing him as he grows older. It is quite terrible. I also became sober because I want my son to think well of me. I don't want him to know that his father was a jerk who was never able to work things out. For him, I improved as well. What would it take for you and your brother to get along again? Momentum. What guidance would you offer to someone who is having drug misuse problems? You have to make a complete commitment and alter both your social circle and surroundings. I'll have one drink because it's my birthday, is not acceptable. You may have one, but that will change to two and then three the following day. I assure you that you will relapse into it if you don't make all the necessary changes. How do you respond to critics who fear you'll revert to your old behaviors? Really, it doesn't matter what people think. I don't know anything except that I don't drink. I have no desire to drink. Are you scared you might relapse? Everyone asks. No, I'm not afraid. Why is that? Since I no longer feel like it. That's all there is to it, I don't feel like it. It's just not worthwhile. I also have no intention of returning to it because I don't miss the hangovers. Which professional achievement make you the happiest? Everything. I knew what I was going to do as soon as I learned what a skateboard was. I just had one idea, and I wasn't going to give up until I figured it out. Since I achieved every objective I set, I ran out of goals. I wanted to appear on Thrasher's cover. I understand. A professional skateboarder was my dream. I understand. I really wanted to play the video game Tony Hawk's. I understand. After selling more than 1 million copies of CKY1, I went on to do CKY2, which is how Jackass found me. To be honest, everything went so smoothly that one day I ran out of wishes. How is your friendship with Dani going? She is my pillar of support. Every day, we spend the entire day together. Relapsing is not an option because she doesn't want to see me fail, which is why we argue. She wants me to succeed and rise to the highest level possible. She's such a positive effect on me that I'm back on top and skating better than I ever have.